Students, how are you? I hope that you are well, fine and studying well at your home. So we were studying print culture and the modern world in SST for NTSE class 10th. In the previous videos, we discussed about the development of print culture in China, Japan and Korea. After that, how did print culture come to Europe? And then we discussed about some MCQs and the figures from the textbook of NCERT. Now, in this video, we will discuss about the third topic. This is the print revolution and its impact. So, before starting this topic, we have to discuss what is print revolution. Revolution is a word that consists of some changes, right, on a big and large scale that converts the life of the people. So, print revolution means printing, development of printing that changes the life of the people. You are understanding? Print revolution is the development of printing that changed and converted the life of the people completely on a large scale. And what were the impacts, or we can say the effects of print culture on the lives of the people? So it is not only the development, it is the new way of printing, use of the printing that transform the lives of the people. So this is print revolution, right? So now let's start the first subtopic, a new reading public. What is the meaning of new reading public? I have made these points, you have to note down, just you have to understand, listen carefully, and after that with the help of these sub points you can easily understand the topic of this chapter. So new reading public means now the people started to read the books. And how could be this possible? Because of first, new reading public emerged. Means now the people started to read the books and more and more people could purchase the books. How could this possible? Earlier, the cost of books was very high, because you know, in the previous video we discussed about manuscripts, right? Manuscripts were the handwritten books. These were very costly, very expensive, and it was not possible for all the people to purchase, for the common people to purchase manuscripts, because these were restricted to only higher class people, elite groups, right? We will discuss further. After that, it means now the cost of books reduced, books became cheaper, and these were in access of the common people, because books were cheaper and people could purchase easily. And now availability of books was in a big number in the market. Books were available in the market, means books flooded in the market. So due to these reasons, we can say that new reading public emerged, and after that, new culture of reading. What was the new culture of reading? Earlier, the people used to believe in the oral culture, right? Oral culture means the people used to tell the stories to other people and somebody listened, and after that he used to transform that knowledge to somebody else. So in this way the people used to listen and speak like this. So this was oral culture. Clear? Earlier it was hearing public. On the basis of oral culture, it was hearing public. Why? Because reading was not common. The books were only in the access of the elite group, right? Means these were the higher class people, rich people, higher class people, and they were very few in the numbers, right? So they could read the books, they were literate, they could read the books, but common people could not read the books, just they used to listen, right? And the books were read, right? For example, we can take ballads. Ballads were the historical accounts of the folk tales. Folk tales were the stories, very popular stories, common in the local areas. The people used to recite and they used to sing these kinds of folk tales. So in this way, the people used to listen from somebody who could read the books. Combinedly on the public places, they used to sit at one place the one person used to read the books, rest of the people used to listen and hear the stories, right? So in this way the public was hearing public, right? What kind of public was there? Hearing public. So this was hearing public, and knowledge was transformed orally, right? We have discussed about it. The knowledge was transformed orally, and this was the hearing public. But now, because books flooded the market, the books available in the market, and now the people have the interest to read the books. So in this way, this hearing public was converted into reading public. Clear? Reading public. So how this hearing public converted into reading public? Because earlier the people used to hear the stories in a big and large scale, on the large scale, and now the more and more people could read the books because books became cheaper and available in the market. So this was about this kind of topic. Next. So next is the transition was not so simple. Which is transition? The transition means the hearing public was changed into reading public. So this was the transition. But this transition was not so simple. It was a long process of the development of printing culture and mingled with the people's culture, right? So first thing, that low literacy rate till 20th century means the literate people were very few in the number, as I told you, and these were the people of elite group, right? These were the people of higher classes. They could read the books, but all the people or the common people could not read the books. So in this way, the reason was that it was very low literacy rate. The number of the literate people was very low till 20th century in Europe. In Europe, especially in Europe, we are talking about Europe. And after that, the availability of books became more and more and on large scale in the markets, and the printers or the publishers adopted the new ways to sell their books and to make the access of the books to the common people. What did they do? They published ballads and folk tales. These were the interesting stories, right, about the historical events, about the old culture, and about the heroic things. These kinds of folk tales and ballads were published, and the people now could purchase, and they started to read these kinds of ballads and folk tales. So in this way, the transition was becoming more and more efficiency, with the more efficiency recited, and these kinds of ballads and folk tales recited and sung in the villages, in the village gatherings where the people used to gather, right? There these kinds of ballads and folk tales were recited and sung by the people. And in the towns, in the taverns were the places where people used to gather, right? In the cities, they used to take alcohol and used to transform the knowledge and the news like this. So these were the taverns in the cities and towns. So here the people used to recite and sung these kinds of ballads and folk tales, and in the village gatherings, right? So in this way, this topic is covered. With the transition was not so simple. So let's discuss further. Next topic is 3.2, religious debates and the fear of print. So I am telling you the meaning of religious debates and the fear of print. Debate means the clashing of the ideas, right? One idea is opposed by another kind of ideas and the ideology and thinking. That is known as religious debates. Means the people used to believe and used to have the faith in one kind of religion, and another people, the group of the society used to oppose that religious belief. So this was known as religious debates. And the fear of print, because print was good for all the people, but still the people, some kind of people were not in favor of print culture, or they had the fear of print. What kind of fear we'll study further. So let's discuss about religious debates. What was the religious debates? As I told you, that the people used to have the faith in one kind of religion, and some people were not in favor of that particular religious belief. So this was the new world of debate. What was the new world of debate? This one, that the people were following the ideas of particular religious belief. At that time it was Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church, right? So almost all the people were following the ideas and beliefs, right, of the Roman Catholic Church in the Christianity. But now the people, those who are not in favor of Roman Catholic Church, they were spreading their ideas with the help of print culture. Means the people, those who are not following the particular religious belief, they took the help of print and they published their ideas. And the people who are opposing them, they also publish their ideas. So with the help of print culture, different kinds of people were involved in the debates, right? So this was happened only due to print culture. But all the people were not following the print and they were not in favor of print culture. So not everyone welcomed print. Some people were opposing print culture. They thought that if there was no control over what was printed, then the authority of valuable literature would be collapsed or destroyed. So what was printed, it could be controlled and we have to reduce the print culture. So this was the way in the new world of debate. After that, fear of rebellious and irreligious thoughts. They thought that if there was no control over print technology, print culture, then the less valuable literature would be spreading in the society, and they had the fear that rebellious ideas and irreligious ideas and the thoughts might spread in the society, and that could be collapsed the complete religious beliefs in the society. After that, next topic is Martin Luther. Martin Luther was the Latin scholar and the Protestant reformer of Germany. You have to remember two things about Martin Luther. Martin Luther was a Protestant reformer, number one, because he was not in favor of Catholic Church. Clear? Second thing, he was in favor of print. Clear? He was in favor of print culture or printed technology. Let's discuss. Martin Luther, he was a Protestant reformer because he opposed the Catholic ideas of the Roman Catholic Church. Clear? And he did not believe in some ideas spread by Roman Catholic Church. So he opposed the ideas of Roman Catholic Church. To oppose the ideas, what did he do? In 1517, he wrote 95 theses. How many theses? 95 theses. He wrote 95 theses in 1517 to oppose the Roman Catholic Church. Clear? So to oppose the ideas of Roman Catholic Church, he wrote 95 theses in 1517, and he pasted one copy of these theses on the church door in Wittenberg. By opposing Roman Catholic Church. It was the challenge in front of the Roman Catholic Church. Roman Catholic Church also printed the ideas to oppose the ideas of Martin Luther. So this was the beginning of religious debate. Clear? Among the Martin Luther, a Protestant reformer, and the Catholic Church. Clear? So this was the new branch of Christianity, Protestants. So Christianity was divided into two parts, Catholics and Protestants. So Martin Luther was Protestant reformer, and he opposed the Roman Catholic Church. As I told you, he translated the Bible into New Testament as the name of New Testament, and 5,000 copies were printed by Martin Luther, and within a few weeks these copies were sold completely. So this was about Martin Luther. Martin Luther was in favor of print technology, print culture. He said that printing is the gift of God. Printing is the gift of God, best gift of God and greatest one. This statement you have to remember, that this statement was given by Martin Luther to favor print culture. But some people were against print culture, like Erasmus. Who was Erasmus? Let's study. Erasmus was Latin scholar and a Catholic reformer. He was Catholic reformer, but he was not in favor of printing culture. He wrote his ideas in adages in 1508. Clear? And in this book he explained that print is not good for the people, because we have to control print technology, because the less valuable literature is printed by the different kinds of publishers and the printers, that will collapse the authority of valuable literature. So he was not in favor of print culture. This was the idea of Erasmus. So let's discuss next topic. The next topic is print and dissent. Print and dissent. Dissent means disagreement or the opposition of the present belief or ideas. Means somebody is opposing the present beliefs or ideas, maybe religious, maybe social, maybe other kinds of political ideas. So anybody if opposes the ideas of present beliefs, that is known as dissenter, or dissent is the disagreement of the ideas of the present belief. So we'll take one example in this topic, print and dissent. The person who opposed the ideas of Roman Catholic Church, and after that he was hauled up and executed. So this was the example of Manocchio. Manocchio was a miller in Italy, right? In Italy. Manocchio was a miller, means he used to work in a corn mill, right? Corn mill in Italy. He was illiterate person in the beginning. I am telling you, he could not read the books properly. He was born in 1532. He was executed in 1599. You have to remember, Manocchio was a miller in Italy. What did he do? In 16th century, he started to read the books, and after that he read Bible, and he reinterpreted the ideas of the God and creation. He gave the new ideas about the God and creation against the explanation of the Bible. It means he reinterpreted the message of the Bible. Understand? So he gave the new ideas about gods and creation. So this enraged Roman Catholic Church. Means Roman Catholic Church became annoyed, clear, and angry with the ideas of Manocchio. So what used to be done there at that time? Inquisition. Inquisition were the Roman Catholic Church court. These were the courts under Roman Catholic Church, and in these kinds of courts the people were punished, and they were means the hearing were held against the people of the ideas of heretical, right? Heretical ideas were the dissenters. Clear? Those who used to oppose the belief of the Roman Catholic Church were known as heretical. So these heretics people were tried in the Inquisition courts of the Roman Catholic Church. So in the same way, Manocchio was arrested, right? He was arrested and carried to Inquisition. In Inquisition, he was declared heretical, clear, and he was executed in 1599. So in this way, Manocchio was hanged and he was executed because he opposed the ideas of Roman Catholic Church. So with this fear, what Roman Catholic Church did, Roman Catholic Church started to keep an index of prohibited books from 1558 AD. Clear? It did so because to prevent the opposite ideas or the dissenters in future, right? So that nobody could oppose the Roman Catholic Church ideas. So this was the topic of print and dissent. So dear students, I hope that you understood well this topic. If you have any doubt, you can write me in the comment box. I will solve your problem. In the next video, we'll discuss the next part of this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.